Welcome to the fourth and final webinar in the four-part series Essential Skills in the Workplace. These presentations are designed to support you in implementing essential skills training programs in your workplace. The series provides you with all the information you'll need to get a training program underway. The webinars so far have provided a step-by-step process supported by tools that enable you to implement an essential skills training program in your workplace, from an understanding of what essential skills are to doing a training program evaluation. Webinar 1 provided an overview of essential skills. In it, we looked at a case study that illustrated the benefits of building essential skills proficiency levels of all apprentices and employees. Webinar 2 helped you to identify your organization's essential skills need as well as those of individual apprentices and employees. Webinar 3 focused on implementing essential skills training and provided guidance on evaluating your essential skills program. This final webinar, Webinar 4, wraps up the series with 7 implementation and project management steps and looks in more depth at the tools and resources available to support you. More organizations are investing in essential skills development in order to compete and grow. Although they may follow different implementation paths, they all commit to the program and take steps to make sure their organizations and their apprentices and employees get maximum benefit from their essential skills investment. In an environment of scarce resources, a decision to introduce an essential skills training program is never a leap of faith, but is a well-considered decision based on sound business benefits. Once essential skills gaps have been identified and essential skills training has been developed and implemented, businesses often notice improved business indicators and other softer benefits such as increased participation, improved morale, enhanced employee and apprentice engagement, and improved team performance. We'll illustrate some of these benefits with a look of the experience of 2 companies, Syncrude and Minas Basin Pulp and Power Company Limited. They are 2 of 5 cases you can review in the Conference Board's publication, Building Essential Skills in the Workplace. Following a look at why and how these companies implemented essential skills programs and the benefits they and other companies have derived, we'll walk you through a step-by-step implementation process that combines essential skills program development with good project management practice. Syncrude made a business decision to transform its management model and adopt a team-based approach. The company realized that its workforce was not ready for this change in operational style and that one important way to prepare managers and staff was to refresh their essential skills. Ensuring a common foundation in essential skills among all workers was seen as a means of achieving safety and productivity targets. Management initially rolled out its essential skills training, effective reading in context, called ERIC for short, only to supervisors. Its success led to an expansion of the program to all employees. Syncrude delivered the reading program and an essential skills math program as part of their pre-employment programs at a local college. As a result of these programs, Syncrude improved students' ability to pass their pre-employment screening test, TOWS, which stands for Test of Workplace Essential Skills. In addition, Syncrude apprentices who failed apprenticeship exams passed their tests after taking ERIC and SAM. And reading program participants have moved up to team leader and supervisory positions. Minas Basin Pulp and Power introduced a major technology change and greatly expanded its operations. As a result of these changes, many new workers were hired. Experienced employees needed to learn how to operate new equipment, and the new recruits needed to learn the business from the ground up. To remain competitive, Minas needed to invest heavily in its physical plant and in people. The company needed to upgrade the essential skills of existing workers and raise the educational requirement for new recruits to make sure they had the essential skills required to learn to use state-of-the-art technology. The results were impressive. Efficiencies on the paper machine exceeded 80%. The highest the company had ever achieved before was in the high 70s. Absenteeism reached an all-time low at 6.9 days absent per employee. Prior to the program, the average had been 10.9 days. A sharp decline in time lost due to accidents lowered the company's safety performance index from 19.9 to 1.5. And in addition, there was employee retention improved. A closer look at soft benefits reveals that they are experienced by individual apprentices, employees, teams, the organization, and families and communities. Apprentices and employees believe they are more capable. They take more pride in their work. They accept and act on suggestions for personal improvement more readily. Their self-confidence improves, and they start to see learning as a lifelong process. Team dynamic also benefits. Communication and cooperation tends to improve. Contribution of individual team members are identified, respected, and leveraged. Diversity is respected. Apprentices and employees contribute to their organization by showing more initiative and being more innovative. They work and make decisions more independently. They are better at recognizing and solving problems, and they take on new roles as mentors and peer learning coaches. Apprentices and employees are better family and community members. They are better equipped to help their children with homework and participate more as volunteers in their communities. A good project management approach is important to support the success of an Essential Skills initiative. This part of the webinar is devoted to integrating project management practices into the implementation steps we discussed in Webinar 2 and 3. This 7-step approach takes many of its ideas from the same conference board document that provided the case studies we just looked at. The steps are: secure senior management approval and commitment, develop an action plan, develop a project plan, implement the plan, monitor it, evaluate results and continuously improve the training, market the benefits you have experienced, and finally, celebrate your success and build on it. Your organization will have a process for getting approval for new projects, and it likely includes presenting a project proposal. In it, you will be expected to make a compelling business case for the Essential Skills training. Employers typically become aware of skill gaps when they see employees and apprentices having difficulty performing work tasks, or when productivity needs to be increased, or when technological change is being introduced. Build your case on your organization's circumstances. Evaluate your organization's needs for an Essential Skills program, outline the implementation steps and the timeline, and roughly estimate the resources and budget required. Your project plan will be more detailed and more accurate than your project proposal. It will set parameters such as scope, risks, organizational constraints, project priorities, a project schedule and milestones, resource requirements, and budget. All of these components are necessary to manage the project well and monitor its progress. It is important to consult widely when developing your project plan. Decide what aspects of the project and program need consultation, who will be consulted, and to what extent, and how will you get their input. You will need a committed implementation team with specific responsibilities and authority for the duration of the project, perhaps including a governance body such as an Essential Skills Steering Committee. Ask, who do I need on the project team to ensure this project's success? Some of your deliverables might be a training plan or plans, change management plan and evaluation plan, and policies and procedures, and the plan for the training. While the training plans and training delivery are the expected deliverables, you should also include a change management plan and evaluation and take opportunity to ensure policy and procedures are current and up to date. A change management plan is helpful in creating and maintaining support and acknowledges that Essential Skills program will affect people in the way they do things. Here are some success factors in managing change. The implementation team and key stakeholders can clearly communicate the needs for change and the vision of the end state. Senior management is fully committed and willing to walk the talk about essential skills. Resistance is anticipated and counteracted. Spokespersons and key messages are identified. All employees, apprentices, and managers understand the benefits and how the process works. When it comes time to identify employee or apprentice's skill gaps, you need their full participation. As an employer or trainer, your role is to engage them in the process by personally and publicly demonstrating support and through organized methods such as holding essential skills orientation sessions. Employees and apprentices need to be helped to see that their jobs will become easier and more efficient, and their performance improves as a result of upgrading their essential skills. The final success factor is that progress and successes are regularly communicated and celebrated. It is also important to establish how you will measure success, and you will need to establish baseline data so that you have something to measure progress against. Establish goals and targets, evaluation criteria, methods, roles, and responsibilities that will enable an assessment of the effectiveness of your essential skills implementation. There should be targets for the organization, occupational groups, and individuals. Remember that targets are important for motivation as well as for measuring success. Apprentices and employees need a detailed plan to address their own essential skills gaps. It has been shown that apprentices and employees who personalize their need for essential skills training seem more often to track and celebrate their progress. Another deliverable might be changes to policy and procedures to support the Essential Skills program. Are policy changes needed to support essential skills? Do you need a policy on reimbursement of course fees, training during work hours, incentives, rewards, or confidentiality? Do procedures need to be put in place to support these policies? For example, you might want to incorporate discussions of skill gaps and training needs into performance reviews. With a solid project plan in place, you are ready to launch. You can give profile and importance to essential skills training by kicking off the implementation phase of the project with fanfare and, of course, information that underscores the business case, explains in simple terms what's going to happen and where to go to get more information. The next steps are to carry out the workplace needs assessment and individual needs analysis described in Webinar 2 to find out where the essential skills gaps are. A key part of the needs assessment is figuring out which essential skills are linked to performance. Priorities and targets for essential skills training are decided from the data collected in these analyses. Training is then designed to meet the needs of the groups and individuals identified. It is good practice to pilot any new program. For example, a staged rollout that begins with an important piece of the Essential Skills program and a single target group allows you to use what you learn when you roll out to subsequent groups or launch the training for a different essential skills. The last step in the project's implementation phase is delivering the training. Monitoring and communication are planned activities that occur throughout the implementation. You have to track project's progress to maintain the schedule, stay within budget, and manage issues effectively. You must also track training results as they become available so that you can adjust training and report to management. Apprentices and employees also want to know how far they have progressed and how far they have to go to achieve their targets. Employers need to track training outcomes, impacts, and benefits. They need to know whether safety, productivity, absenteeism, and other indicators have been affected by the training and are also interested in soft benefits such as workplace morale and increased apprentices and employees' self-confidence. We have already covered how to go about an evaluation of essential skills programs in Webinar 3. What was not said is the importance of documenting the results and recommendations in a report. This is an invaluable tool to consolidate the learning and to provide guidance for future essential skills projects. Share the draft report widely and request input and feedback before you finalize it. The results will give you what you need to make changes that will continuously improve your essential skills program. Essential skills training improves an organization's attractiveness to external customers and to the communities in which it does business. A reputation for managing and developing essential skills makes you an employer of choice for job seekers. When you raise the essential skills bar, it can help your organization recruit better job candidates. Recognition for skill gains is a crucial part of a successful essential skills program. Broadcast your successes throughout your organization and beyond, for example, to business and industry associations. Consider applying for industry or other awards. This will bring recognition to your organization and a tangible sense of achievement to apprentices and employees. And now what? The implementation project may have concluded, but the Essential Skills program continues. A successful project leads to the adoption of essential skills into workplace culture. New people are hired, technology changes, corporate goals shift, and skill gaps will continue to arise. An essential skills program is not static but grows and changes to address these evolving needs. In the next part of the webinar, we will introduce you to many resources that support essential skills programs. The primary source is the HRSDC website, which has an abundance of helpful resources. In addition, there are resources from organizations such as the BC Construction Industry Skills Improvement Council, the Construction Sector Council, the Canadian Apprenticeship Forum, and others. We will introduce you to these as well. HRSDC's Office of Literacy and Essential Skills provides a wide range of learning tools and resources. Its mandate includes generating and disseminating research, tools, and support, and promoting the embedding of essential skills into other programs, policies, and training activities. It also advises on essential skills concepts, trends, and policies. The best way to access the tools of interest to you on HRSDC's website is to click on the Employers and HR Professionals link. From the Awareness and Form link, you will find essential skills definitions and descriptions of how they are used in everyday life. This section provides many of the tools and resources described in Webinar 1. It also includes profiles for 15 apprenticeship trades. A click on the Essential Skills Profiles link in the left-hand menu will take you to profiles for more than 300 occupations. There is also Using Essential Skills on the Job booklets for 10 apprenticeship trades. These booklets, which describe activities completed in different apprenticeship trades, can be used to practice completing real-life tasks. The profiles, together with the tools in this section, provide great information and activities for discussions about skill requirements, training activities, and guided group and individual career exploration. This needs assessment link leads you to information about assessing organizational and individual strengths and areas for improvement. It is important to note that the assessment tools are meant for low-risk, informal assessment situations to help individuals identify their current skills and strengths. The outcome of an informal assessment is the development of an individual's training plan. This section contains many of the resources described in Webinar 2. The Learning and Training Support links takes you to information and activities to support skills upgrading and delivery of essential skills training. This section contains many of the tools and resources described in Webinar 3. Some activities lend themselves to individual work, while others are best done with support and guidance. Many of these tools can be integrated into other training or used as part of a separate activities focused on essential skills upgrading. The Taking Action Guide mentioned in earlier webinars is also found in this section. All of these tools and resources offer suggestions that may or may not be appropriate to your situation. You are encouraged to modify them or use them to help you design new activities that will meet the specific needs and goals of your organization. Another set of tools to support your Essential Skills program is designed specifically to support apprentices and tradesperson. Using the same categories of awareness and form, needs assessment, and learning and training supports, it presents many of the same tools that appear on the Employer and HR Professionals page, but from the perspective of apprentices and tradesperson. It encourages engagement in essential skills training by pointing out that it can increase success in apprenticeship training and a career in the skills trades. It states that the tools can be used to learn how essential skills are used in a variety of trades, identify essential skills, strengths, and areas for improvement, build the skills required to successfully prepare for training and exams, and build confidence to learn and apply the technical skills of a trade. The web link to this page is provided at the bottom of the slide. All of the tools and resources for employers and HR professionals and apprentices and tradespersons can be ordered by mail, fax, or online. In addition to the HRSDC website, there are other resources available. We suggest that you take a look through the links. This completes the fourth and final webinar in the four-part series Essential Skills in the Workplace. Thank you for being with us for these presentations. We hope you have found the information valuable. For more information on implementing essential skills in your organization, please contact the Canadian Apprenticeship Forum.